Why should our people vote for the ANC?
For a simple answer, ANC has an experience in governance.
Initiation school arrangement. So I want to check, what is the problem? Don't you think probably somehow the government is also contributing to this mess?
Well, until such time, only that scientific. Don't vote for the ANC.
Today we are hosting my brother from Komorokweng. It's for the second time I'm having someone from Komorokweng. So, Mr. Tumiso Keoagile.
Oh yeah, my brother.
Experience TV, my brother.
Thank you, my brother. Let me take this opportunity also for Chuno. Yeah.
It's been a long time, like we've been, trying to find each other. You are not available, I'm not available.
Yeah, you
can say that again. Let's take it home. I want us to compare between the young Tumiso Keoagile and the current Tumiso Keoagile.
Yeah.
Take us through that.
No, look, the young Tumiso Keoagile, as you know, we grew up in the village. Morokweng itself, it's a village where when Renzeretsana Skolo, you go to school after school and you have to and the element ya farming. I mean, most of us, we go through that experience and then the weekend before you can even go to your peers.
Yes.
Because you would understand that football was the only sporting code.
The closest.
And all we can relate with and that on its own, it kept us away from many things.
A lot of bad things. Yes.
A lot of bad things, and our parents, they taught us many things. Like I'm saying, if you are not good football, and at some point you can't even but it was an experience of our parents. So that is basically the younger to me. So but fast forward, you complete your matric and you said, no man, I want to continue with my studies. That's when the second element character to me. So it's been many years. In fact, some they think I'm more of a person or more Mahiken than go to my roots. But I always assist them to understand. No, look, these are my roots. There, that's where my ancestors are.
Moke
Masim, or I would say. Because that's where I lead. So the second to me, so I went to university, then that's where I began with my another character of Tumiso, which I never knew I would. Politiki. And I became a student activist, and I participated too much into student politics. That's where then another career in politics started during university days. Yes.
You spoke about football.
Yeah.
From home. At home, there's I want to believe there's talent, particularly in football.
Too much of talent.
It never gets to the world. So I don't know. What do you think would be the problem with that?
No. At home, normally we use it ordinarily we use it for we keep up busy for fun. But then we look into our screen the professional football Pirates, and you said no man, but there is an opportunity in football. Is that because we are far away from everything in the bundus, as people like to say. So I think the issue there is because of one, we are far. But secondly, which then relates with the fairness, Yarona, there are limited opportunities. We don't get exposure. And there's a lot of talent. I mean, last time I had to support teaming where Mamelodi. They came to play the playoffs. It's I think it's a regional.
I remember.
You remember?
They spoke some radio.
Those boys are talented. I could tell they were they measured some guys who are playing in the townships. A lot of talent from home. It's just that we lack that exposure, and the football scouters. I don't know why are they not able to reach the villages such as Kohai, Kubo Morokweng, and even far at the back.
There's a lot of talent.
I mean, there are a lot of. For now, you would realize for the tournament during the festive season, and off season. You will realize, but this football has got. We've got talent. It's just that we maybe re tlhoka gore ka gore rona re godile re leke go ka ba thusa in terms of getting a better exposure.
I think you made a very valid point, because we can say you and me and others, we are a bit exposed to things right now. Maybe we can see how we do something about that issue.
True, they need us.
No, we will see. We will see. So you became you went into politics.
Yeah.
And then one other element about you is that you are so rooted in culture and tradition.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Culture defines who you are.
Yes.
Your identity.
Yes.
So you cannot divorce it from your what you can say the career. Because in my view, politics are a mixture of the career but also a calling at the same time.
Yes.
Because politics is about helping other person. So yes, I'm a very cultural person. There's an element there where I'm working. People think that where I'm working, I'm also I'm working as a cultural person.
Yes.
It came as an opportunity, and I would tell you the history. That's why I appreciate my grandmother.
Yes.
Some of us grew up with our grandmother. They raised us because of our parents. Bane ba seo ba re batlela mahulo ba re batlela go ka re batla gore godisa. So where I'm working, I'm a professional research and anthropologist. Perhaps because anthropology relates with also issues of culture, the traditional communities, how they originate. And gore ba tshela yang lead succession. So that's element about the anthropology. Then here it's a program of overseeing the dilo tsa dikolo tsa rona tsa setso. I don't know who it came from where and then my colleague said no, but we've got Tumiso here. We understand he has been he's a graduate. He has been to the initiation school. I could not resist because the one element or the one knock in my heart said no, but assist because we know that you are capable, that you can assist this project. That's when I came up to get involved at work, and people think that no, you were hired specifically for this thing. I didn't know it was.
Well, on that one, I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
On that one of you being hired specifically for that. That's what a lot of people think.
Yeah, they think that there was a post called initiation coordinator there. No.
And then you were.
Then I was put there. No, it forms part of the government or part of the work. Yeah, and then they said no, but we want someone who has been through the process of initiation, who can really assist with this project. And they said no, but leave this one, you will, because this thing is seasonal, you will sometimes come and push this one, your professionality, and so that we assist in that regard. Because the initiation schools by then, we grew up, they were not regulated. Now they are regulated owing to many challenges that but the conduct and or some of them
I want us to go there. Let's go straight to initiation schools and everything, because I think you are the relevant person right now to can break it down, to can make us understand what is not what. What is the problem with the initiation schools at the moment? What is happening? Because you were speaking to other
Newsroom
Africa. Yes, you spoke to them about what is this, what is that in the initiation school arrangement. So I want to check, what is the problem? Who's not doing what right?
Okay. No, I think it's a very good question, because people sometimes they just labeled that practice, which some of us are more in practice our 4 years.
Yes.
But now, look, before the problem really about the practice study initiation schools, I would start with the experience, what led me to be a graduated person from initiation as Motswana. Look, like I was saying earlier on, my grandmother, and my grandmother was also a woman of stature and a woman of character in spatial tradition and custom at home. At a particular time, when they would come and request for advices, and she was a guide, knowledge, customs and tradition. So, and then there was a point where we had to leave to initiation, with me and my cousin. And then and then my cousin was already at home from where he was staying, and then I protested.
Okay.
I protested. This man doesn't want to live.
So let me get it right. It was time for you guys to go. Then you didn't want to go.
Yes, okay. I was protesting because how I mean, it's during December. So cousin is keen. He wants to go. He's ready. One or just man is ready. And I was and my grandmother realized, no man, this one doesn't want to go. And udutsi lenahatsi adula lenahatsi antarimna na I won't stay with you in my house to go.
Okay.
Udiristele hoko last one ara ke tlo dula le shoboro mo ntlong. So it got me thinking, and at home almost it's like a belief, it's a culture. Everybody, my cousins, my uncles, my mother, my sisters, my brother,
almost everyone, like
in fact, had I not gone there, I was going to be the first person. So
and it was going to be a problem.
Yeah, it was going to be a problem. So I realized that no man, let me just and go to do my culture. So that's how I went to initiation school with my parents. With my cousin. And fast forward, now this is a work issue. Yeah, project account. I didn't realize, parents, when they teach you, sometimes they teach you, but this thing will benefit you in the future. Now, can you imagine if they were saying, can lead a project, but I've not been there, and my grandmother wanted me to go there.
And you now rethink those times for
yes,
this would be a good opportunity for me.
And I was like, no man, the wisdom of the elders, you must not undermine it. You must not undermine it. And then I realized, oh man, my grandmother was helping me one way or the other. Yes, I had to satisfy this element, their cultural practice in our culture. but also she knew. They normally say, you are good chabeng.
She had a, what do you call it, a giraffe view.
Yeah. She had a helicopter view.
Exactly.
So coming back to issue here, the challenges. No, look, you asked earlier on about an issue, or what is really an issue, which is a very fundamental question. Look, initially when these initiation schools are done previously, during the time immemorial, our 4Bs were not doing it for money or for money making.
It was not a business.
Yeah, it was not a business. And then they were just inculcating what their 4Bs inculcated in them to begin to look at the world with another perspective. Setso, and it baho buildele to come back to society and somehow lead the society,
making you a better man.
Yes, and then only we tlhaloganya ebile o khona go nna well behaved, o khona go nna also an element ya go nne re wa motse, o khona go take care of your family and everybody o go surrounding. Those are other teachings that initiation schools partly they impart more on the younger men. That's why Barry it's a sacred, it's confidential. Tshwanetse o tswe mo motseng le go rutiwa ko sekhweng. And until to date we know that it's not said to, you don't have to say it to anybody. So you will be taught many things. Some are the real life issues. Some are the customs and tradition. So nowadays the issue of the practice has been commercialized, in a sense that every Tom, Dick and Harry want an opportunity to make a quick buck. So that's where then the challenge starts. And now and the challenge goes on. We tell these younger boys, they don't really teach what is supposed to be taught. Some ba se dilute, the elements are gangsterism. I would not, but such elements we experience it. My experience.
Yes. Your personal experience.
Yeah, my personal experience. The initiation schools that are led mainly by our brothers Baba Soto. Where you ask yourself for what has went wrong. The character and also the way he behaves. But change to a bad behavior. So
and sorry to interject, but I was just want to add this part that change to bad, but the expectation was such that when they come back they must be better.
Absolutely.
Not worse.
Absolutely.
Yes,
so to that answers the question of what is really happening. And now they begin to take everybody. They impose, they force anybody to go. And during the proper practice, you go there willy-nilly. And it will take your parents.
The responsibility, everything is within the parents.
No, you are taking, but that's why I was saying my grandmother insisted that I go there. Now, now it changes.
Speaking of that, there's been this thing of someone would just pick you from the street, and then they take you there. I'm just adding on what you're saying, that to be taken there forcefully, it's really something else.
No, it's something else, but just to add on that one, because we must also be realistic. There were times where our 4Bs, there was only conditions forcefully. That's when you mara bad about the culture eating or basa go ba over disrespect basa go dira sepe, and I need to say this one because batho ba tswa go le bone bana le their own weaknesses tsa go batla go ka I normally ke khaleme ba le bantse ke ba reprimanded. This is not how you behave, especially the graduates. So le bone bana le their own weaknesses, but nako tseo ke tlhalose condition ne le hore only when o direla batho ba ba tswang especially bagolo o ba direla makgakga ibile o nyefola le the culture itself when you do not know it. That's when the condition is in kick in, because no wa go buiwa le di parents tsa gago gore no moshimane ke yo ra wa re roga o ra yana le re ra mo kopa mo go ena gore re go montsha gore so sa se buang sentse yang ka gore ga se itse, so ona gana gore wa se itse. So that was the only condition, but you would not under normal circumstances where someone asa dira sepe ibile a siame sentlela o bua go mo force o mo tsaya o mo pateletsa go ya kwa sena. Some we believe and appreciate that it's not everybody's culture ya go ya initiation, so our parents or our forebears ba ne ba appreciate that element. So nowadays under the current juncture where you get these small boys once you work about leader this initiation schools, saying most of them, remember government had to get in because it realized it's mostly bana ba ne ba ko ba pateletswa, and this customary initiation practice it's mainly led by small boys. And government realized gore go na le some other casualties because bana ba go tlhokomela bana go ka se tlhoke go na le casualty because ha ba itse gore ba sentle ba ba tlhokomela yang.
What needs to be done,
and go diragalang the ins and out. So and government had to, and go na le maso, and which is something foreign to practice initiation.
Yes. And speaking of that, I remember we once had the thing on Facebook about that. So I'm just trying to find the I can say solution that okay, even if you don't have all the answers, but possible solutions to this thing, because clearly it's taking a different and wrong direction. So I don't know. What do you think? Maybe it can be said, it can be done.
No, look, go itse go hokotsa tlhakatlhakano, which I believe it may not be a panacea gore it will resolve everything.
Yes.
Ke go se regulate the way government is regulating ka teng. I mean, government is regulating ya pass an act. That act ele ka go ka reba boatla bo diragalang. It says you must, when you want to open that initiation school, ubole a particular age, which is 40 years, and
which is only fair.
Yeah, which is only fair because then at that age you expect our
responsible,
and otla khona go itse ona le bana o itse go tlhokomela le bana wa ntlhaloganya. So ena le element yone ya age, but also ena le element ya gore who must go there. In terms of bana, the age limitation. Initially, uno ele batho ba rona ko re tlhaganteng ko gae. It's gore they may have challenges, but they are not as bad as what is happening, especially in the township. That's what I normally say, because go santse go na le injection ya the older people. So the age ya bana ba ba yang, loan government taking into consideration here it should be 16. Although
because now it's business.
Because a person or driver who push a number, because he believes I can create 50.
I'm making this much.
I will be able to make this much. So that's an element a act regulation, and also how well that one how you must treat kids within the internal compound ya the initiation. How se tsutsu le go so the act really brings many regulatory clause tse leng gore di ka re thusa tsa khona gore ba boatla. That's number one. But number two, I have realized that, like I was saying, it's been hijacked by young boys. Now the older people, especially in the township, here in Mahikeng it's even worse, because also a community ya bogosi bo ba ya setsong ba ya to initiation school. Here in Barolom ba ga Khosi Ntshiwa, which are our brothers ka bogosi ga ba ye. So that's where then ga bogosi bo sae ka bo bone, then ha gona batho ba at the ground level ya bogosi ba overseeing gore is this really practiced well and who is actually running. So that's where then we create mo areas tsa di area tsa ga Khosi Ntshiwa. You get to Bomajiman, so you get, I mean, here go Hatikins Motsano how ya Ramatlabama. Bariking Butsetse Bomo Hosani 600. We had a very terrible experience of Mushimane Asiegaba Namu Mosquain. Every day, how Molatela shifty, Lucille Gabo, Louis somewhere. How utlwela go to kai ba ba tswang bane ba tso go mo checka go le mabane ba re, so bana ba ne le ba batsadi ba batla. So that man was literally running around Mosquain, and asnale permit go ya ka yone regulation or ke re act ntse ke bua ka yone. Act ntse ke bua ka yone, it says also gore above everything else you must apply first. Kore tshwana le how o a go drive a koloi tshwantse o nne le license. Yes. You must apply to open initiation school, and then there are requirements when you apply that you must meet. Those requirements, they've got an understanding ya gore ba server ba ileng gore ba go ira boatla. Okay. Go nna le element ya age ya motho yang, age ya bana ba yang, element ya gore bana ba tshwanetse ba ye ku di hospital for general checkup, your medical examination. So this guy did not have a permit. He was running around with kids that were not, and then the element ya consent. You remember earlier on I spoke about forceful taking of people, which is not allowed. The act comes with that element to say you should not force anybody. Le gore ba ba yang at the particular age ba sentseng ba le under parental guidance, ba tshwanetse le go enne gore ke ba the parents ngwana ga go wa mo sainela wa 16 years, because after all, when all is done, whatever
that is needed there for them to come back.
Yes, because how to mo rupisa to mo practice. So I cannot, as a parent, also say ngwana ke o sa consent. Yes. And then therefore tomorrow you come and said, hey,
we need a cow, we need one.
I influence them to refuse because even also which is something especially commercialization. The charges, that thing, they are just crazy.
Abnormal.
They are abnormal where you find that a person, especially when they are o isangwa na ha fetsa o batla di 4,000 mo godimo ga se mo sa economy se le kana. So that is what government is doing, and then also to answer a question what must be done ke gore ba di magosi ba start go nna concern. Because we realize gore go nna tlhapuku e diragalang where magosi they are not from initiation, and at the same time ba sign. I remember gape le bone ke bone ba tshontseng ba in that application ba signela ba recommenda to push yone ile go dula what we call committee ya province go tiki PICC, then ya screen those application on the basis ya recommendation ya khosi, they then ba grant approval.
So in closing, if you find someone or they are running the school illegally, it's a criminal offense.
Yes, It's currently a criminal offense in terms of that act. Yeah, CIA. It's called Customary Initiation Act. It's Act number 2021, Act number 2 of 2021.
Okay.
So it's a criminal offense. In all the offenses starting, even in an event where you find that ngwana ga go ba motshotse and o santse ali 16 ya ka ne ke bua le 17, which is less than 18. O tshwanetse o mo consentele. So ha ba motshotse, taking someone's child without a consent is also an offense. And an offense also ke batho ba the traditional surgeon ba ileng gore go nna le dikaro tse ba di dirang tshwantse ba le fit and proper and ba le registered. So you can see where this element act e le ka go ka fokotsa tlhakatlhakano kgwebelagano ya gore ya nong every Tom, Dick and Harry no we ipona le and really this illegal or the bogus initiation school they are really na hakeje monate because like I'm saying, I'm from there, and I'm very jealous about my identity.
Yes.
That defines who I am. So I get very jealous when base kadika kaka, base shoshoitsa mo seretseng. So really it's disturbing. But like I'm always saying, we will assist. We will try to assist them to practice this cultural practice. It's in our 4 years. As African people, yes, we'll get challenges and resistance there, but we will try our level best to assist.
I don't know. I want to ask this question, but I'm not sure. So if a kid is taken there forcefully, there's no way they can be like a situation where they're like, okay, this one this one is here. They're there already, but it was not. The parent didn't consent. So let's take them back.
Yeah.
So the taking back cannot happen in protection of the culture itself because you are there already. You've seen, like you were saying earlier, that there are things that you cannot talk about to anyone.
Yeah.
So if you are there already, there's no way they to be shown more, but the parents didn't agree. So let's take them back. Probably have seen something that is more secretive, so they cannot be taken back. It's
because in our culture there is a stage where houses stages you can no longer be allowed yes, the parents didn't have the right busa bana gore bana ba bone ba busiwe, which we understand because ke motsadi but e tlhoka intervention ya both batsadi le bontate borre ke ra borre ba khalaje ba ba bolotseng go ka leka go bontsha motsadi a bigger picture gore no look ngwana wa ka tswa because you must also appreciate the fact that gore ngwana bana ba ka bo bone sometimes ga ise gore borre ba ba batsaya.
They want to go
there and they go there forcefully. Because utlebe motsadi gongwe a sa tswene ka boene or a sa batle. So ngwana ene because of una le ko sekolong mo tshela le bafana ba batswang wa itumela ba ntse ba di radio tsa bone
and when they speak their language,
yes, that element association. So utlebe a batla go ya ga se gore o tshutswe and now ga tsena nako engwe go nna le mo ileng gore o ile a re bitsa go thobela. Yes, which I do not encourage because some they use go thobela as an excuse. It's not happening in many cases. That's what I always say. Go thobela, it happens in a rare situation where I mean we tell about borre ba ba leng ko sekgweng ba le katile that compound ba le flat footed e bile hono ka tsena to that stage. So how is to go that stage, and that's where then we cannot go ka advise wa batsadi gore ba lemotsiwe the danger part of it. Because there are practices that we practice tse leng gore di ka impact ngwana ga se tsa reaches at that stage that we need to make a parent to understand. Yes, you should come out as a mogolo or explain to them parent or no, ngwana o ka tswa thobetse ka kwa ana batla mara ne se rena re mo tlisteng ke ene tlileng a tsenelela ba heletsa a potile stage sa tshwanang go sport. So therefore it needs the understanding ya batsadi mara also as batho ba ba leng teng ba bagolo le bogosi ga botswa, they can be part of that discussion to say no tsamalo go dira motsadi understand gore this stage really is bad and a re batla re ka moso ha ngwana a tsa buile ka gore motsadi na sa tlhaloganye e be affecta ngwana than motsadi. But I'm saying ba bangwe ba idirisa as an excuse o kry motho a motsa ka bomo a batla madi a beila a mmasa mwe a ba founela motsadi a re no setsale at that stage whereas a ka bua maka. So yes there are such elements and those elements di diragala where mostly mo go tse ke di bitsang ke re ke tsone tse di illegal tsa di bogus tsa ba fananyana ba government e zamang go ba blocka gore ba ske ba ya.
I want to mix the issues because you are also in politics and I know you are in the forefront in the ANC and then we are speaking about the culture and then there are people who are doing this culture thing, the traditional initiation schools, bogus like you were saying. So I want to check with you, don't you think the same government is contributing to this mess in such a way that if we look at the rate of unemployment at the moment, it's very high.
Yeah.
So sometimes someone would do that bogus thing, initiation school, not because they want to do it, but because probably there are no jobs which are not there. It's factual, facts are there.
Yeah.
So the question is, don't you think probably somewhere, somehow, the government is also contributing to this mess?
Well, until last time, when I let that scientific findings. No, look, well, it's true. Mostly, bafana they are unemployed. But they are just trying to make an end meet. But some would have left school, but willy-nilly. But go skolong go tshwantse ba sale morago dithuto. I mean, dikolo tsa malatsing a there are more opportunities than as compared to during our time.
Yes.
I believe when you and I recently in school, I mean, hela go high school. Gore re gola batsadi ba sa bereke re ya go skolong re ithuta on an empty stomach. Currently government is feeding more than millions of these children go skolo mo ileng gore ke tsa gore nkebe ba gagamatsa go thutong ka gore bone at least ba and mostly I happen to have let go to be a senior official in the Department of Education. So and I will use that information for instance ko silong gona le dikolo tse leng gore also government di berile from already stopile from ga di patele di fees, the school fees. You and I when we were still growing up,
school fees.
Yeah, near house high school I was start Ntsha school fees go tone go ga Ntsha school fees. So government is heavily subsidizing these schools. Bana ba ja ba rekelwa dibuka and some ke di quintile 3 to 1 tse leng gore ga di patele the school fees. So you ask yourself, for in all of this, why bana ba heletsa ba tlogela school and therefore go tlogela school ga bone go heletsa go ba ira not marketable to the labor market where ba ka khona go create the school. So I would not necessarily blame government. Sometimes I blame the behavior ya bone bana le gore le rona re heletsa rata bana ba rona thata. But also I believe also it's a point for argument. It's debatable.
Okay.
I always say but if you take bana ba ne ba tsena during the corporal punishment era o batlisa mo ba patsa le ba go teng go abolishitswe corporal punishment.
Yes.
You will realize gore ba ne ba punishwa ka corporal punishment, they are doing very well and no go sna that high rate of dropping out because ma teacher go tshabiwa no yana a ka tla go ela tlhoko bona gore go diragalang go dikolo bana ba betsana ka bo bone shapa le ma-teacher. So it's an element of democracy with all of us.
I want to go there just a little bit. Now that you've mentioned it, you've opened it, so I can go there. Like in most cases, like they were grown-ups compared to now. Now you find, the young people give them a teacher, and then you look at there's no longer corporal punishment. So they're like, when you look at a teacher, like, so I'm not saying I blame government. I'm asking you. Please don't think that maybe I'm trying to push it to the fact that we must blame government. I want you to give me answers that, again, most young teachers are there because you would find someone is a lawyer or whatever career type they chose, but because of unemployment, they end up doing that thing of what SC, what, and
that's certificate.
Yes, and then they go become teachers. So again, there, our government, I think it's failing us because I'm also going back to the issue of unemployment. The high rate of unemployment, because probably if you were to start working at 22, maybe there's, you are got an office. The point I'm making is that they were not trained to become teachers. You see, they were trained to become something else, but because of unemployment, they go to teaching. They are not doing it because they're not doing it fully or because they love it. They are doing it because they are hungry. You see, so again, I'm saying somehow our government is failing us in terms of job creation. That's why we have the issue that you mentioned of corporal punishment being removed and all those things. Probably yes, because we because of that. But again, this time around, let's look at it from this angle where there are no jobs. What you go to teaching because your stomach is empty. You're not doing it fully. You're doing it like the nearest thing that is available. I'm going back to my point again. I don't want to sound as if I keep a government. But the point, I'm trying to be fair. Yes. Because our leaders in government are supposed to be assisting by creating an environment conducive for employment to be created. Yes. But at the same time, it's an achievement. We didn't, at the age, the younger generation become teachers. It's an achievement. Yes, I agree.
It's an achievement because pili realize no, you can teach. That's why, hence, the element there about teacher. Now, there are injection of many teachers by the younger generation. But also it's an achievement. Because of the very same commitment their government who inject what we call NSFAS. I'm the product of NSFAS. Had it not been for the government to inject money into what we call NSFAS,
which is now dysfunctional.
Yes, every the institutions is there. It has challenges. We must appreciate that. But there is.
But we agree that NSFAS is dysfunctional now.
Another challenge, I would say. I would say another challenge.
Okay.
Another challenge is dysfunctional. Benefit. So I'm making a point there. Look, yes. It's not all is well. If life was about it was not going to be life. Now I'm saying, making an example. My parents would not have afforded university fees.
Yes.
And so is to many other people. So I'm saying it's an achievement on the side of government, but it brings other challenges than employment. But this challenge of unemployment also, it talks to the kind of careers that we choose, Rona. I mean, in the fourth industrial, the world ran by fourth industrial revolution. The science technologies tse dintsi I mean di nyane number bone e le nyane because of ha re tsena go investing ga re choose that career gona le career ya di engineers e leng gore ga re follow you get the courses tse leng gore economy seemo sa economy currently ga e tlhoke di careers tseo mara unfortunately re heletsa re phesiwa di career tseo and then ha re tswa kwa ha re kry mebereko because of economy now ga e tlhole batla di careers tseo but also government must then rethink the structure economy but also the university tsa rona. I'm happy that currently ga go diriwa university ya mining in Rustenburg which is something that we have long waited for. I mean you know gore bojana la Northwest is called platinum province, but with a lot of mining in mining activities and mines into it, but hosna any university. So it's an achievement. So I'm saying it depends for unemployment. We discuss from which element.
It's okay. I'm going to ask a very straightforward question, and then we are going to move to another segment. You are in the ANC, right?
Yeah.
You are an ANC member.
Yeah.
Leading in the ANC.
Yeah.
Tell me something. Why should our people vote for the ANC?
For a simple answer, ANC has an experience in governance. And it has ruled in 30 years. How many apartheid and colonialism ruled? For more than 300 years. ANC in 30 years is able to make inroads in many elements of the housing, limits, and also the NSFAS, the colonialism, spending too much of the bargain portion ya madi into the grants. To feed bana bone bana ba mme ba sa berekeng go feed bana. So that's how it is.
That's your answer. Not that I'm arguing, but ANC was guided by the Freedom Charter. According to me, you can correct me. There's nothing that they've implemented in the Freedom Charter. I don't know if there's something that you can say, no, but this one, there's no land, they didn't expropriate land, like a lot. I don't know, maybe you can mention, but this
no,
one.
To say it's another issue. Maybe I could have said it's coming slow into implementing it.
That's one. Okay, allow me to say there's no, and then you will correct me because when you are there, you are in. Yes.
Yeah. No, look, it's not true that there is no. Rather, we can say it's moving slow in terms of implementing.
But slow in 30 years, man.
How much time
do you think they need?
No, if I was to be allowed to make a comparison with the apartheid government.
But you keep
ruled for more than 300 years.
You keep comparing the uncomparable because the apartheid system was a different system compared to this one.
It oppressed our people.
Yes, I agree. We are agreeing on that one, but it's a different system that was for white only, that was, putting us to the other side, pushing us to the side.
The reason why I'm saying that is that I'm saying the government of the ANC achieved that within a fewer years as compared to the apartheid colonial government.
Yes.
It ruled for 300 years, oppressing our people and achieving whatever they achieved under that government. So I'm saying, it's not that ANC achieved everything, but I'm saying it's only 30 years. Who knows, or after the other 30 years, everybody will be having a land, everybody will be having God. So it's moving on a snail pace.
No, my brother, I understand. You have an obligation to protect it. I understand. I fully understand.
No, I'm not protecting. I'm just being realistic. Look, I know what people, they like to say. I was making an example with so like you said, I'm the ANC member, and I'm unapologetic of that. And I'm where I am because of the ANC. Unfortunately, others are refusing to say it, or they are where they are because of the ANC. Just because of ANC failed to do one little thing, but it has done this for him or for her. He doesn't appreciate and acknowledge.
I like when you say one little thing.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So just because of a little thing down, now ANC has done nothing. I mean, I have made, I was making an example. You know, when we were campaigning, we came across a house, and we knocked, and then the gentleman came. Just a typical person who has benefited from government led by the ANC, but he bad-mouthed it. And we said, no, look, we are here to try to encourage you to vote, and this is, no, ANC, RDP house.
Okay.
No, ANC, sip. But isn't that the RDP house built by the ANC-led government? What do you expect for the government on everything? You see, in our country, the reason why I would not say the government does good things by not taking good care of our people. I would say maybe issue ya gore ba leka ke fela gore gona le dio tse di palang. So we are crying babies in South Africa. O kreya motlakaso so just for 2 hours wa go tswala tsela. Motlakaso ko bo mahatsing a mangwe Africa ba sa o kreya mahala. Bana ba gago ba patelelwa ke di grants ka fa ba ja di grants ke government. Ka ha ke sekolo ba ja ko all of this achievement. Some of people ba lekang go ka rabisha the government, the ANC, they are beneficiaries themselves. It's just that they benefited little, maybe by expecting everything but
Well, thank you, man. I'm not going to argue it. I just wanted to hear your take on that.
No, thanks, my brother. Thanks.
Now we are going to the last segment of the podcast called "My Personal Experience Gets Personal."
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a few questions, very personal, very nice. You are obliged to answer all of them. So,
okay.
What is the worst thing you've ever done to get out of trouble?
The worst thing that I've ever done to
get out of trouble?
Hey, what would that
be? No, take your time.
I lied.
Okay.
I lied to get out of trouble.
Okay. What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is unable to provide for myself and my family.
Unable to provide
for myself and my family.
And your family.
Yeah.
What is the worst advice you've ever received? The worst?
That don't vote for the ANC.
I didn't see that one coming.
I know that you are very critical on that one.
No, I'm not gonna argue your question. Your answer is your answer. What is your biggest regret?
My biggest regret that is that at my age I don't have a farm, I don't have a cattle the number of cattle that I would have wanted to have. So that is my biggest regret.
Okay.
At my age I thought I would be having enough, man. I don't have enough. Yeah, I don't have enough. But
there's something, man.
No, that's what I'm saying. At least
100 cows.
No, I don't have. I wish I had 100.
Yeah. Okay. Out of all the personal questions that I could ask you, what is the one that you wouldn't want to answer?
The one relating to government and ANC. I never saw that one coming.
No, this was a very nice interview, man.
Yeah,
I really
no,
appreciate your time. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much,
for
my brother.
sharing the information with us, and thanks for enlightening our people. And I think this is going to be a conscientizing episode, particularly for the
initiation
part.
Yeah, no, thank you very much also to have afforded me an opportunity, guys. I never, dream of no, but we are fine.
No, never say never. Never say never. No, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Tara. Hey, Tara. Hola.